Hey guys, Scott here from Chernobyl Studios, and I had a bit of a revelation a while back that I wanted to share with you. Now, before I expand more on my points and ideas, please hit like, the bell notification, and subscribe so you don't miss my future videos. Now, relax, this video is not about how you are contributing to audio engineers not making any money, or how you live in Venezuela and you can't afford the plugins, or how I think you're a bad person or whatever because you pirate plugins, blah, blah, blah. I'm not here to confront you about any of that. This video is not about that, none of that. I actually want to talk about a much larger idea, one that kind of dawned on me that I experienced myself, which ultimately led me to stop pirating software, games, basically everything. And I started to buy everything that I wanted to use. Now, listen, I'm not like a saint. For many years, I downloaded everything that I could. If I was on a computer and I wanted it, I found a way to download it. Nearly everything. Now, there was a long time where I also downloaded all the games that I would play. I wouldn't buy them on Steam. I would just download them and generally just try to get everything for free. Of course, when I was younger and in the beginning, I would buy CDs and buy DVDs because, there was a physical thing there. But as, the 2000s rolled into the 2010s, things became more digital. It was a lot easier to be like, well, I'm not getting a physical product. It doesn't matter. And really, it was just much easier to download everything. And plus, CDs and DVDs, those were pretty much getting, becoming antiquated already anyway. And really, when it came to creating and writing my own music, I rationalized to myself that, hey, if I just had the best instruments and the best plugins, I'd make great music and killer mixes. That was the false idea that I had. And it was also unfair that plugins costed so much and I had a right to use them as a musician. I felt that as a musician, I earned that right. Well, first of all, of course, I did not have that right. I did not earn that right. And second of all, my music wasn't any better just because I had the plugins. So I honestly thought if I had the best plugins, I am going to do great. Well, I had the best plugins. Mixes were not so great. That's because I was not ready for them yet. And this is a really big part of the larger point that I want to make with this video. I stopped looking to get everything for free and I started buying what I wanted to use. The idea that you can pirate everything and you get it instantly is what I believe is contributing to a lot of people not being able to get the results that they want. Now, hear me out for a second, okay? So essentially, by downloading everything, you tricked the system, right? You bypassed and gamed the fundamental journey that you have to go through to where you normally would succeed, fail, earn money, waste money on shitty plugins, and gotten to that point where over time you would have bought and collected these plugins. So by gaming the system, by pirating, all that means is everything that you accomplish with pirated plugins will always have like an asterisk next to it in your brain. Nobody else will know, of course, but you will. This also means that inherent risks, failures, and rewards of success, those are missing. So basically, even if you pirate plugins and you spend the years learning how to use them and you do a great job, it's just not going to mean as much to you because you didn't invest anything. No value was associated with the achievement because you didn't have any skin in the game. You didn't pay any money. There was no risk. All right. So in my opinion, this is why people who pirate plugins have such a wide assortment of cracked plugins. Like, oh, there's a new EQ, gotta grab that. New compressor, gotta grab that. More orchestral libraries, gotta download those. Because they're looking for the fulfillment, right? They are stuck in amateur mix syndrome that I like to call in my guitar tone mastery course, thinking that it's the gear that gets them the result when it's really experience, right? And just doing it. Here's the main point of my video, guys. So there's no shortcut to becoming a good mixer or audio engineer. There's no shortcut to getting good at anything. Getting good at mixing, just like getting good at anything, is slow. It's annoying, frustrating. It can be a soul-crushing process and soul-crushing experience often, with a lot of really deep lows, man, where you question what you're doing, why you're doing it, if it's a waste of time, if you're any good at it. But also, when you keep working on it, when you keep practicing and you get up the next day and you're like, I'm going to try that again. I'm going to try that again. You start to experience some very amazing highs and breakthroughs. You know, it's by pirating plugins, you miss the journey. And it's the journey of mixing. It's the journey of failing and trying again. You know, cutting your teeth on stock plugins and understanding the basics, you know, building the blocks, you know, of your skills, moving up, failing again, saving the money to get the plugin. Okay, that is the process and the journey that when you put all that together, that's how you become good. You know, experience, years, putting in your time, paying your dues, right? The instant gratification of pirating plugins only cheapens the end result of your achievements because the journey did not have any risks. You also miss out on the experiences of risk, commitment, and sacrifice. So again, in the beginning of this video, I said I was not going to sit here and say you suck, you're a piece of shit because you download plugins. I'm not here to judge you. I really don't care what you do. But that's the truth of it. And it's not just with mixing music. It's with anything in life that you want to get good at. There's no shortcut for, you know, being good at what you do. You have to put the time into it. And it came to me one day where like all these plugins that I'm downloading, they're not helping me. I don't even know how to use half of them. I'm not even using the ones that I am using to 20% of their potential. Something is missing here, right? So the instant gratification was keeping me from really getting results because I was under the illusion that by, you know, downloading these plugins, pirating them, instant gratification, everything was going to be great. Not true, guys. So it's not about pirating and, you know, stealing money or whatever. I mean, whatever. That's not the argument in this video. The argument of this video is that there's no shortcut to becoming a good mixer or audio engineer. So, you know, consider not pirating because you're only devaluing yourself. You're devaluing the work that you do. And worst of all, when you finally create a good mix, it's just not going to mean as much to you because you didn't put anything on the line. You didn't put the skin in the game. There was no cost, right? So don't make it any harder on yourself than you already are right now by just trying to get where you want to go with instant gratification. It doesn't work. Things can be difficult sometimes. Guys, I live in Ukraine. Go on Google and search, you know, what the financial situation is like here. I still find a way to buy my plugins, but that's the great thing about this. In my time and years and experience of doing this, I realized I barely need any extra plugins. All that other shit that's happening right now is snake oil. You're getting conned by marketers. There is no such thing as a $50 good mix button. It doesn't exist. Only through time and practice. Okay, so that's what instant gratification robs of you. It robs you of these precious lessons in mixing music. So stop making it harder on yourself. Stop devaluing yourself. And stop cutting yourself off at the knees. You know, invest in yourself. Do something so that when you get a good mix, when you finally create a good mix, and when you get your first client and your client is head over heels saying, holy shit, this is an amazing mix, I love it, you're going to value that moment even more because you'll have paid for what you've used. Or you went freeware and decided not to game the system. And that those compliments and that feeling that you'll get from doing a really awesome, great job is going to be 10 times the way you feel right now with all the waves, bundles, and everything else that you might have. So give it a shot. You know, it's going to be tempting to download everything. It's the internet, and everyone's got cable internet pretty much now, so you can download everything in 10 seconds. But give it a shot, man. And you'll be pretty surprised, you know, how fast you will grow in your skills because you'll actually start learning how to use the plugins that are most essential for mixing. All right? So good luck to you. If you liked the video, please hit like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for my upcoming videos. All right? Got a lot of cool stuff coming. Have a good one.